Hey there guys, welcome to another tier list video. I hope you enjoyed the last one. This is part 2 in a series where I'm going through every generation. We also have, I've gone through all the starters. I am planning on doing the legendaries as well. It's just a way for me to see, it helps with my shiny hunting as well, because every S tier group I'm going to focus on first, other than the generations, of course. So, if S tier in Kanto, I'm going to make sure I've got all of those Pokemon shiny, then A tier, then B tier, then C tier, then D tier, then E tier. If you can already look at the list, if you have eyes before this intro runs, I'm going to do a little thing already, just so you know where this video is going. I hate Chikorita, the little pear body, and subsequently his whole evolution line just deserves to be in its own tier at the bottom of the tier. Alright guys, and with that, let's get into the video. Okay guys, as I did in the last part, we're just going to go through all these. They are in Pokedex order, I believe. We do have some evolutions from last time. So, we're just going to move through and get each of them as they come. So, let's get into it. Cyndaquil is a straight savage. I like him with a fire. He's going to go in B tier. Without the fire, not as good. Same with Quilava below him and Typhlosion in A. He would be an S, but, the fire, just without the fire, he's just not as good. Totodile, I would say, is above Cyndaquil. There are less Pokemon here, so I don't have to be as rapid with it. Croconaw is kind of like Quilava. I like him less. However, they have not done anything wrong with Feraligatr. He is beautiful. Sentra, on the other hand, not as beautiful. D tier. Furret is like 6 feet long, so he's an A tier Pokemon at least. Hoothoot's literally an owl. Well, I mean, is Noctowl? I like how Noctowl was shiny in the anime, so he's gonna go in B tier. Ledyba is literally a ladybug, and Ledian is actually kind of cool. I like him more than this monstrosity. Literally a spider, can't even remember its name. Ariados, though, is kind of cool. I like him more than Ledian. Crobat S tier. Now, a lot of people may have thought, Zubat and Golbat got done dirty in the last video. I disagree. Golbat and Zubat are terrible Pokemon, but Crobat is an absolute monstrosity. I've used him in 4 separate playthroughs, I think, and he's just been absolutely unreal. What is this guy called again? The Lantern Evolution line. Whatever this guy's called, I can't remember for the life of me. I do like him, I think he's cool. I do prefer him to Croconaw. Lantern is Water Electric, which is actually quite cool. I'm going to put him just below the starters. Pichu, baby Pokemon. Now, baby Pokemon, I think, are a little bit lazy, kind of like doing tier list content. But I think that Pichu's probably the best out of all of them. Cleffa's kind of cool. Igglybuff's kind of terrible. Oh, I was wrong. Togepi's better than Pichu. Not great, though. Togetic is a good Pokemon. Togekiss is an S tier Pokemon. Obviously, he's not in this generation, though, so he's grouped with a different lot. Natu is, just a standard bird. What's the bird type for this generation? Is it Natu? I've never thought about that. Is it Murkrow? No, Murkrow doesn't evolve. There's not really a regional bird for this place, is there? I suppose it has to be Natu then. Because how we have like the mole. Oh, there's Hoothoot and Noctowl. I suppose Noctowl could be like the bird for this region. Weird. Okay, anyway. Xatu I quite like. I'm going to move Lantern up a little bit. Noctowl and Xatu I think are quite similar. Mareep the sheep is definitely an A tier. I would actually say I prefer Mareep to both of them. Flaffy, they did something dirty with Flaffy. I think he's in between the starters. Ampharos is an S tier Pokemon. Again, we're not doing Megas this time around. We will do these evolutions though. Blossom is a new Pokemon in this generation from, I believe he evolves from, oh no. He's not from Weeping Bell, is it? Bell Awesome, yeah, Weeping Bell. So, I do prefer him to Victory Bell. I do prefer him to these. I'm going to put him above Xatu. Marill, Azumarill, I'm using just now. He's going to go in here. Politoed is a evolution from Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Politoed. I do actually quite like Politoed. I like his shiny as well, so he's going to go to A tier. I've already got it. I could put a picture of it on screen just now if I can find it. Hoppip, I feel, is quite useless, so I'm going to put him in E tier. This is a more middle-heavy tier list. I don't feel as bad about a lot of them. Sudowoodo, I do like him. I do like him a little bit more than these guys. I feel like you're too high on the list. Anyone else too high? Nah. All right, let's keep moving. Jumpluff, I feel like I do prefer him to his Hoppip previous evolution. Not by much, though. Sunkern is probably one of the worst Pokemon, and Sunflora is not far ahead. Yanma, however, I quite like Yanma. I quite like Yanmega as well. I've missed Skiploom. Unfortunate. Skiploom is pretty bad anyway, so I'm not too fussed. Quagsire I do like, and oh, that's a Wooper. Quagsire I do like. I'm gonna put him in A tier. I always get him in Wobbuffet mix. Is Wobbuffet in Gen 2? He is indeed. Wobbuffet's an S tier Pokemon. He's unreal. The evolutions in this generation have to be an S tier. There's just something about them. They're almost mascots in themselves. And again, I've missed Pokemon here. Apom is good. I like him in the anime, and for that he's gonna go just below Totodile. Murkrow, I like when Murkrow can evolve. He's in here. He's in here. Misdrevious is kind of cool. I like him more than Croconaw, like most of the Pokemon on this list. Unknown, I forgot they were introduced in Generation 2. What do you think about Unknown? I like them. They're unique. I'm going to put them just below Cyndaquil in the B tier. Slowking is a great evolution. I feel like it's better than Xatu, I'd say it's better than all of these. It's going to belong there. Wobbuffet, I did say it was an S tier Pokemon. I do prefer it more than these. I prefer it more than Quagsire at least. Girafarig is a Pokemon that I think just deserves more. It's cool, but you know, give me like a pre-evolution. Give me an evolution. Give me something. Boost its stats. Do something to it. Pineco's a Pinecone. Like, that's not a Pokemon. Fortress, I did watch a video and someone got Fortress all the way through the beauty contest, and that made me like it a little bit more. Same with Dunsparce. I feel like in Generation 2 there's a lot of missed potential. And I'm going to hedge my bets and say that something's going to happen with Dunsparce soon. He's going to get some sort of evolution. And that's why he's in this tier. I feel like he's very underrated. And he can become a lot more. Gligar. Probably one of my favourite Generation 2 Pokemon. Does he belong in S tier? Probably not. He's going to be very close to A tier though. Probably above them. I've missed Steelix. I do have Steelix's shiny. I forgot that Steelix had a Mega. I do quite like Steelix. I think that it kind of shows that, you know, evolutions from the next generation are good and that they can improve upon, like Slowking and Politoed and Blossom. Branched evolution, you know, this is the first generation that did it. You know, it's the second generation. It's good. I like it. Snubble's kind of weird, and so is Granbull. They're very meh Pokemon for me. Quillfish. I feel like Quillfish is probably a D Pokemon. You know, it's a heavy meh Pokemon. E is bad. D is meh. And I would say he's very middle of the meh pool. What's next? Oh, up to the top with this. Oh no. I've grabbed the wrong Pokemon. You do not belong anywhere near there. I would say that Scyther's evolution, Scizor, I would say that he is probably one of the coolest Pokemon they've ever made. And he belongs in the S tier. Shuckle, on the other hand, is the opposite. I would say that Shuckle is probably the figurehead of missed potential. And he needs something to happen to him very soon. While I'm speaking about Shuckle, Heracross is going to move up into the top tier as well. Fan favorite by me. His Mega is going to stay down here. I've never actually used his Mega, so I don't know how good it is. Heracross, though, is incredible. Sneasel. Sneasel's in B tier. He evolves. His evolution's better. I feel like I'm kind of judging them off their evolutions a little bit. Teddy Ursa is literally a bear. Ursaring is literally a bear, but cool. He's going to move it in there. Slugma, a slug hotter than the sun. He has to go above Ursaring. Magcargo, I would say, is better than Totodile. Swinub, I liked him in the anime. Same with Piloswine. Piloswine is going to go in A tier. I do really like Mamoswine. So that's why they're so high up on the list. Corsola, I think that Corsola is quite a meh Pokemon. Although it did get a Galar evolution, which is going to go in here. Remoraid. I forgot Remoraid existed. Remoraid is a D tier Pokemon, probably below Togepi. Octillery, a good improvement on Remoraid. Don't really understand how it evolves into it. It's going to go below that. above Crocodile. Delibird, again, missed opportunity. Why even have this Pokemon? I don't really understand why we have it. Arados is going to move up. Girafarig is going to move up. Ursaring is going to move up. Let's balance out this list a little bit more. Mantine, again, I don't really understand the Pokemon. It's kind of cool that, you know, it evolves with the Remoraid in the party. I like that. Obviously, Mantique's not in this generation, but you know. Skarmory, there's so many Pokemon in this generation where there's a lot of missed potential. And Skarmory, I think, is probably another one of them. They need some sort of Mega Skarmory, something like that. Houndour, one of the only fire types here. Houndoom is a S tier Pokemon. Umbreon's going to have to come up a little bit. Espeon's going to go to the bottom. I feel like I can't decide on what to do here. That's fine. Kingdra, I actually prefer Seadra to Kingdra, so I think it is an A tier Pokemon though. What's happened here? Let's do that. Yeah, I like that. What's up next? Fanfi. Fanfi is honestly a Pokemon that I've never used, and I do not intend on using him. Donphan, however, is something I've not used, but I do want to use him at some point. I always forget about him. Porygon 2. I like it. They should do Porygon 3. Porygon 2 is a tier Pokemon. I like him. I like using him. As for Stantler, I do like the Christmas Stantler. I like Shiny Stantler. He is going to go above Furret. Keep in mind, this list, Gen 2, is probably one of my least played generations. So, a lot of these Pokemon I didn't even know were from Gen 2. Smeargle is a prime example. I thought he was a Hoenn Pokemon. Obviously not. He is going to go into into A tier. Purely because he's quite unique. Tyrogue, another baby. But he's probably not... Tyrogue's better than Pichu as well. I keep forgetting, you know, let's just do all the babies now. Smoochum's not as good. Elekid, I'd say, is better than Pichu. Magmie's better than Elekid. Is that all the babies out the way? It is indeed. Okay, let's move these Megas up here as well. We're moving on to Hitmontop. It's not as good as Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan. I feel like it's pretty bad. Noctow's going to move up. Skarmory is going to move up in this tier, so it's Ariados. Nice. Prefer how that looks. Miltank is probably one of the scariest Pokemon I've ever seen. It has nipples and it is really weird. So it's going to go in E tier at the very bottom. I think Teddiursa needs to be moved up. Shuckle needs to be moved up. You know, it's not his fault he's that bad. Blissey is an absolute tank. I would say that Blissey is better than Politoed. I believe that is in the A tier. Come on. There we go. The legendary beast. Well, we'll come to the legendaries at the end, just because I want to get these boys out of the way. Larvitar, great Pokemon. Pupitar, great Pokemon. Tyranitar, god tier Pokemon. I would say that Tyranitar, probably my favorite from this generation. I'm gonna put a little bet on that. All of the legendaries from this generation are at least an A tier. Raikou, he's up there. Entei is an S tier Pokemon. I love how he looks. Suicune, S tier. Lugia, I prefer Ho-Oh, which a lot of people might disagree with, but I prefer Ho-Oh to Lugia, and we've got to kind of split them up a little bit. I thought Mareep is way too high on this list. Move Mareep down here. Is that everything? Obviously, we've got Celebi. It's kind of the same as Mew. I like it, but you know, it's not as good. I feel like maybe we move Quagsire just to even this list out a little bit. And then we have the Megas. Let's go and sort through these lists and make sure that I've got them in order of their category. Starting off with Chikorita tier and E tier. Chikorita tier is pretty self-explanatory. They're all terrible. In fact, I would have to, if I was actually saying, you know, I was actually doing it properly, I would say it's in this order, with Chikorita being the very worst and Meganium being third worst. Nothing against them personally, other than personally I hate them. So, you know, that's one thing. Onto the E tier. I think E tier is pretty good. Igglybuff's probably my least favorite of the babies. Hoothoot, kind of boring. Sunflora, Sunkern, boring. Miltank has nipples. It's really weird. Moving on to D. Again with D, we have just pre-evolved Pokemon and babies. It's not very deep. Jump Luff is very low. I don't actually know. Oh, its other evolutions were here, so it's pretty high, to be fair, considering where the other two were. I feel like it belongs here. Shuckle's here because of wasted potential. I'm never going to use it. No one uses it, let's be honest. Is it a bug type? Terrible Pokemon. And yeah, D tier, pretty self-explanatory. Not as large as the Kanto tiers. I understand it's probably going to be a shorter video as well, hopefully. So let's move on to the C tier. I am losing my voice. Okay, C tier now. We have Quilava and we have Croconaw at the opposite ends of the tier. I really do not like Croconaw. He's got this weird caveman aesthetic. I'm just not a fan. Fortress, quite good. You know, Quilava would be a little bit higher, so would Cyndaquil if they didn't have their fire turned off. Same with Big Typhlosion up here, but you know, we've got to get to that. This tier overall, you know, again, so we've got Chikorita tier, which is basically just the devil tier. E is bad, D is meh, C is good, so this is the good tier. You know, they're all good. I would probably use them in a team, if not to evolve them or have the Galarian version. Or, you know, Alolan version, whatever there is. Evolve them, you know, evolve them. He's okay. I'd probably evolve him. You know, there's a lot of evolution happening here. And that's why C tier is what it is. Moving on to B tier. Looking at B tier, you may disagree with some of them. This is when we really get into, you know, favorites. I doubt that any of these are anyone's favorite Pokemon, let's be real. Fortress, come on. Azumarill, maybe, you know, I do actually like him in X and Y. You know, if I was promoting anyone this time, he would be up for it. There's just not enough Pokemon to promote. So I've decided not to, especially with these. I would just be promoting something that would be at the bottom of the tier anyway. If there is any of these here, I'd promote. Oh, I'd maybe swap. Let's see. We'll do a swap. I like all of these though. We're not swapping anything. We're continuing. I like Skarmory, Phanpy. You know, anywhere really in the middle. These are good. So you know, these are good Pokemon, cool Pokemon, brilliant Pokemon. I suppose you could say it. Cool, brilliant. So you know, they're all alright. Realistically, not my favorites, but I would use them. They're all good in their own ways. Moving on to A, which is the amazing Pokemon and Pokemon that I would use in a team. Flawless. Oh, they're so good, so good. Okay, guys. So now that I've reorganized it, we obviously have Lugia and Ho-Oh next to each other, just one tier apart. Well, I mean, Ho-Oh is probably a way to move anyway, but for the time being, they're just one space apart. We then have Typhlosion, Raikou, and Celebi lead in the pack, and Noctowl at the bottom. All of these Pokemon, I do love them. So, you know, all the Pokemon on this list, I do love, apart from these three. And probably Miltank, you know, look at him. It's a bit weird. So, you know, I don't hate any of them per se, other than Chikorita and its whole family. But the rest of them are okay. You know, I really do like them. Typhlosion, Lugia, I've just never used it properly. I've used Ho-Oh. Lugia, I've just never played a game where I've had a Lugia. So maybe that's what I'm missing. Maybe I need to play more with Lugia and Raikou and Celebi and all these before they become an S tier. Speaking of the S tier, let's get into it. In fact, looking at the S tier, I don't actually know if I'm going to move anything. I like the legendaries, but unlike Mewtwo, they're not like the figurehead of the generation in my mind. Tyranitar is. Tyranitar by far is probably my favorite, so that would make it Arcanine Tyranitar, which makes sense because in my favorite playthrough I've ever done of Ultra Moon, they were two of my teammates. So that's already a good start. You know, if the S tier are teammates from that run, then I'm happy. And Tyranitar is above and beyond probably one of my favorite Pokemon of this entire generation of Pokemon. So at the end, maybe we'll do a little team of between all the S tiers and the A tiers, or just the S tiers, and we'll see what of the Pokemon make my top tier. But thank you again for watching this video. I hope it's not been too long. I've been trying to do these quick, just so I'm not dragging on with each Pokemon, because I know, you know, you can look at it and be like, ah, Stantler deserves to be in D tier. Why is he so high? But when you take into consideration like baby Pokemon and pre-evolutions, it can actually become quite tiresome. Like, I was planning on doing another one of these tier lists tonight, and I forgot just how many Pokemon I have to think about and look up, and consider base stat totals, and in between when I'm firing them in, I'm firing them in based on how I feel at the time. And then when it comes to the actual sorting of the list, I have to look up so many different things. My phone's almost dead as well, so it comes to a point where the top tier is just how I feel, and Tyranitar is by far my favorite. But I hope you guys can respect this. It is, of course, my opinion. These aren't supported by the Pokemon Company, obviously. It's just me, Mr. Jackal. So if you disagree that Tyranitar is not the best, or that Tyranitar is the best, but you prefer something else as well, let me know in the comments. Lugia is probably deserving of the S tier. And I probably will just do that. He's a legendary. So, there you go. You can stop screaming. You can stop screaming. He's in there now. Raikou is not moving. He is staying where he is. I prefer the other two. But anyway, guys, I will see you in the next part, which is going to be Hoenn. Or in whatever else videos is going out this week. I am planning on starting a new Minecraft series soon. So hopefully we might see that. If not, we'll just see something else. So have a nice day, and I'll see you later. Bye.